Hey kids, welcome back to the Quest Log. I am Ben. Behind the camera, we got Taylor, and off on the couch, we got Dante and Chris chilling. And together, we are CH3. You know, can we say "Hey kids" with Kappa now?
No.
That's kind of been our.
Would that mess us up?
No.
Yeah.
Well, because like we're "Hey kids," and then we immediately go like "Motherfucker." You know,
We've had it a while, so I don't know why we would change it now.
whatever. Anyway, we are here to ring in the new year, a week after New Year's, to not talk about our top 10 games of the year, but talk about, well, not our, mine.
We made that abundantly clear before we started.
Very clear, this is my top 15 games of the year. There's going to be much controversy, not a lot of agreement. Let's just get fucking into it then, huh? Number 15, Telltale Tales from the Borderlands.
No.
Now, let me explain my reasoning. I wanted a Telltale game to make it.
And you picked that?
Yeah, that's my favorite. I didn't play the walk. Here's another rule.
Did you play Batman?
Yeah, you
Batman's a little.
Wolf
Batman's
Among
more
Us?
glitchy though. That's my excuse. What's
I
up?
enjoyed Batman.
I look back.
I didn't. Here's the rule, guys. If I didn't play the game, it's not making it. Technically, I didn't play Wolf Among Us. I watched it.
I wonder what's gonna be number one. Fuck you,
I already
mean?
know this at this point.
All right. Taylor's grabbing a seat. Get comfortable. He's not on camera. There's a lot of controversy about whether or not you wanted to be on camera or not. But yeah, so I wanted a Telltale game to be on the list, and I figured my favorite that I played was Tales from the Borderlands. It has a very good performance from not only Troy Baker and Laura Bailey, but also Nolan North, Chris Hardwick, a bunch of people. The music is awesome as well, and I just love the Borderlands art style. Also, I wanted to have a Borderlands game on here, but I never really put that much time into it, so I figured I'd kill two birds with one stone. And that's why number 15 is Tales from the Borderlands. Suck my dick.
I'm not mad. Man.
Suck
Like,
my dick number one. Let's go.
that's the first time we're mad at you, so I might as well keep the ball running.
Number 14, Undertale. A game I'm sure most of you don't know anything about. in this
I've
room.
heard that one.
You've heard about it. It's
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
very famous on the internet, to the point of toxicity and controversy. But the game itself is, I don't want to say the word revolutionary, but it's pretty damn close because it came out, literally every YouTuber has played it, will probably play it at some point. It's in the style of Earthbound and old school RPGs like that, where you can have a pacifist route, genocide route. Again, the music is awesome. The characters are really, really strong. I don't want to talk too much about it because you guys don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Shout out to Josh. He played the game.
Josh played it?
Mm-hmm. I watched him play it.
Really?
Yeah.
Our Josh Dixon?
Mm-hmm.
You really liked it? Or you watched him played it at least?
He was okay with it.
Okay. I mean, that
He
sounds
finished it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's also one of those games where you finish it and then you have to finish it again and finish it again. Well, not today.
I think I watched him finish it twice.
Okay, then he probably got like the actual ending then.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those games where the emotion hits for me, so that's why it's number 14. Number 13, Devil May Cry 5.
I'm playing it.
So Devil May Cry 5. I'll be honest, I wasn't a big Devil May Cry fan growing up. I just knew, basically all I knew is that they had a main character with long white hair, and people got mad when they changed his hair. That's the extent.
Like the
We can talk about that later. And I heard that it was really, really hard. But once 5 came out, it interested me enough to actually go back and play all the games leading up to it. We played Devil May Cry 1 on the channel, of course. Played a little bit of 2, played 4, played 3, really liked 3. And then 5 came out, and I thought it was amazing. Obviously, the music is awesome. Be saying that for most of these games. But it's got that Capcom style of graphics are outstanding. It's probably the best action game in a long time where you can just plug it in and play it.
I'll go on wax and say Devil May Cry 5 uses the Resi engine the best out of any of the.
I would say it because Resident Evil 2 and 7 look really good, but they don't.
They look washed out.
They also don't push it the way that Devil May Cry 5 does, right? Because Resident Evil is very isometric and slow, and Devil May Cry 5 is the opposite, where it's non-stop, just action. It's just so much of a video game. Speaking of video game, number 12, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now, do you think that's low or high, Dante?
Well, like, it's your list, and like, what if it, like?
Say how you feel.
I really did enjoy it. If it was my list, and I would say it was pretty low. because like,
We-
I really enjoyed
If
that.
we
one.
fell off on it,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
because we used to play the Wii U game like every week,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
we didn't play Ultimate a lot. But when it came out, we put a lot of time into it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Fucking Joker's in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he's not going to show up at all on this list. Dragon Quest Hero showed up on it. It was just so insane. Waluigi still might make it in there.
I hope so.
After all this time, yeah, you might as well put them in it.
And the Smash Bros. The gameplay is tight. Now, I didn't role play Melee and Brawl
Yeah. Yeah.
like you guys did.
Yeah.
How do you feel the gameplay matches up? Because I know some hardcore guys hated Wii 4 because it was so different, right?
I think it matches up really well. I would have to.
Well, see with
Yeah.
Melee, you can actually get your ass beat.
Oh yeah, if you play Melee, like as soon as you get hit, you hear the boom, like you can hear the rumble. And that's why I liked Melee the most.
But Ultimate did bring that feeling back.
Yeah.
Because Ball didn't really have that itself, so
Mm-hmm.
Ultimate tried to bring back some old vibes, so that's what I like about it.
It's
You can actually feel like you're getting hit.
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah.
Melee and Ultimate.
and I think some of it has to do with the design of the Switch as well, with the rumble
Yeah.
feature too.
Mhm.
But it does feel like Nintendo nostalgia as a whole, and not even just video game nostalgia, with all the different properties that made it in.
Yeah, that's true. And the fact that you can actually hit the trophies now, they added new stuff, so.
Yeah. Number 11, Yakuza 0.
Hmm.
The Yakuza series was a series I got into late. I've only played like 1.5 of them, but damn, Zero is a good game. That's another game that'll probably show up on the channel at some point. From the intro music scene is just awesome. It came in at the right time in my life. It's weird because it's a very masculine game, but it's not toxic, right? Although, there's the cultural differences, so some of it probably is a little bit. Like there's some, they made, even in Persona 5, they made some jokes that are kind of, piss off people here. But it's an incredible story. I know the series was based off of Japanese crime novelists. I don't know if Zero is the same thing, because it came in so later as a prequel for a game that's been around for, I think, a couple decades now at this point. But the combat is insane. It's got that Persona style where you can, I don't want to say Persona style because it's been around just as long, but it's like for such a small city and sandbox area, you can walk around because it's only like a couple blocks, but you can do so much in it. Like you saw in Judgment, where you can play a video game, sing karaoke and stuff like that. Yeah, it's definitely a game I plugged like 80 hours into, so I think it had made the list. I do wish I played Judgment more though, because we started on the channel, and because of that, I didn't play it, and now I was just kind of sat on my PS4 for a long time.
I miss it.
Hey, go back to it.
We will. Number 10, Stardew Valley. Or as the game Taylor put, how the fuck did you put 100 hours into Stardew Valley? So Stardew Valley is a game in the vein of Harvest Moon. Originally came out on PC, now it's on the Switch, which is where it got a lot of shine. Basically, oh yeah, we played it on the channel too. I forgot.
Did we?
Yeah, it was, some of the videos didn't make it out
Oh.
because of that. We had the audio issue, but that's when Taylor was talking to the trees.
Oh yeah.
You won't understand that reference at all. But it's you play a farmer, you farm, you live a life. There's nothing more like the video gaming part. You can go into caverns and have kind of Zelda style dungeon fights, but for the most part, you're just a farmer. I played over 100 hours into it because your year is broken up into 4 months, basically with about 27 days, and 1 month is a season. So you go through spring, summer, fall, winter, right? And there's events you go to. The more you talk to people, the more they like you and whatnot. And there's like a dance. And when you first go in there, you're the new guy, so you don't dance with anybody. So then you build it up so that next year you can dance with somebody. Stuff like that.
That's nice.
Art style is really cute. Music is very Latin. That I've listened to the music to go to sleep. So that's why I can. Plus, the hours I had to put on the list. Number 9, right? 9.
Yeah.
Fuck it. The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2. This is a game that I got into very recently, as in within the last year. I played the first 2 games and I just started playing the third. 2 gets my vote because the gameplay is better. And it's a longer game. You got more to do. So if you, again, it's a series that it hasn't made it big yet in America. But basically you play as a group of students in a military academy, yada, yada, yada. You do very challenging RPG battles. Like there are some legit tough boss battles that weren't designed as RPG fights. They're more designed as, say, like maybe like even like a Monster Hunter Xenoblade type thing. Not in the style of fighting, but just the difficulty, right? And it's a game I bought the first one on a whim because I wanted to play an RPG, and it was cheap, and I was bored. And suddenly I'm sucked in with all these characters to the point. The point? Riley Reid? The point where I put over 100 hours into the first game, plus 50 in the second, same with the third, and I'm going to keep putting hours into it. All right, Chris. There's much controversy over this Nets pick. Whether or not Wits is between two games for number 8.
Let me check my chest. Okay, keep going.
You said that titties, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Don't put that on wax. Cut that.
Number 8. Dragon Quest 11.
Oh, baby.
Ooh, wow. So low.
You know, at least I made it.
We were worried it's gonna be an honorable mention in the.
At least I made it.
It was almost Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. Okay.
Final Fantasy 15 is more emotional resonance with me. It's the first game I got after I quit my job. It was around Christmas time, put a lot of time into it. But Dragon Quest 11 is a better game. I probably put more time into that. It's Dragon Quest, dude. It's awesome. Chris, why don't you talk about the game?
This game is so amazing in America that I'm not even done yet. No, Dragon Quest 11 is like a really cool game. It's a really long game, but it's a very emotional game. Each character that comes along with you has their own backstory, and some of them even have a backstory to the backstory of the backstory. So, but I would say no, it's probably the best Dragon Quest of this generation. It brought back a lot of the old concepts of the past Dragon Quest games. If I would say any, probably spoilers, but yeah, it was a really fun game.
Just there's really not any flaws. Maybe the music.
I would say that maybe the music for the PS4 when it first came out is
They
a
fixed it
flaw.
for the Switch,
But
right?
they fixed it for the Switch. So I must admit, it's really cool.
Y'all want to know what the flaw is?
What's the flaw, Taylor?
It just ain't my type of game.
That's fair.
Yeah, if you like turn-based games,
yeah,
you
Taylor
would
is noted as not a fan of turn-based.
Time out.
You alright? Did I get out of focus?
Record.
You stopped recording?
It stopped recording
When did it stop recording?
just a few seconds ago.
Oh, I was about to say, like, it stopped 2 minutes ago.
We did?
Yeah, we're good.
Alright, the camera stopped recording. When did it stop recording?
It just like literally.
Just like right now?
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. Number 8, Dragon Quest 11.
I don't like turn pays either, like Taylor. So
That's why I didn't finish Persona 5, right?
no,
That game is just long.
it takes too much time.
Yeah, for real.
Alright, you got lives. I see
I
how
have
it
a
is.
job now. I can't put hours. Into
I got a job. Well, I worked less than you do.
I think that's the reason why I didn't beat Dragon Quest 11 still, because I've been at school so long.
Yeah, you had it for what, 2 years? Almost 2 years now?
Yeah, it's been 2 years now. So.
Jeez.
Mhm.
Alright, so Taylor mentioned that seems kind of low for Dragon Quest 11. I think we see in those names you might
At least number
understand.
5. At least number 5.
Number 7, The Witcher 3.
Ooh, okay.
I just finished the main story of this game like a week ago. I'm not gonna lie, I went back into it because I watched the Netflix series and I really liked it.
Oh, you wanted that.
I'm one of them. But hey, I already put like 60 hours before that. I just finished it, right? What's there to say about The Witcher 3? It was probably the best action RPG of his generation. If you could probably put it up there all time. I don't know a number 3 game that as popular as it is to have people not play the first or second game. Some people played the second game. Virtually nobody played the first game, right?
I wouldn't say no, but no.
Well, you know what I mean. No, it had people played the game, but
It's not talked
I
about
mean,
as
it
much
was
as the
just on
third one.
PC, so it
Right.
wasn't to a very large audience.
But now it's a phenomenon. I mean, the storytelling is what it is. Of course, it's based off of very rich lore, but still, the choices they made is basically their own original story using characters. Dud Cockrell has crafted one of the most iconic protagonists of his generation. Surprisingly, not that toxic of a male figure, even though he sleeps around and whatnot. He's a very respectful type character. He's a badass, and it's all how you play it. Was it you, Chris, that talked about it? A good RPG has to have a card game in it.
Yes.
It has a card game in it.
Wait,
When? Number 6, Red Dead Redemption.
Oh.
The first one.
Hey, I like that one too. That was mine too.
I'm counting it as an Xbox game because I don't have any Xbox games on this
Oh,
list.
yeah.
it's a multiplayer.
Yeah, it's a multi-platform name, but I'm counting it as an Xbox game because otherwise Xbox would have shut out. No, I don't want to be mean.
Who cares?
I care. It's my list.
Who cares?
Red Dead Redemption 1.
I like this list now.
Change the game.
This is my list. Now.
It might.
Okay.
It's my list
Oh,
now.
man.
With number, what did I say? Number 6? Yeah, number 6.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a fair warning. We're gonna have chain cameras pretty soon.
It's not charged?
It's not charged.
Well, what other camera do we have? Because mine's not charged.
I can use my phone.
All right, folks, you ready for a dip in quality? A slight dip. I'm gonna keep talking until it happens. Red Dead Redemption. That was kind of the first game where I became a serious gamer. I feel like, right?
Yeah.
Because we've talked about on the channel how I and some of us were very much more licensed gamers just because we knew it and the covers looked cool. Red Dead changed that, put so much time into it, and also I put more time in Yetspots version. That's why I'm including that on the list. Why are you shaking your head, Taylor? Why are you shaking your head?
We console fanboys over here, PlayStation or die.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we've played zero Xbox games on the channel. I think that shows. The story was fantastic. It's not what you expect out of Rockstar, I feel like, at that time.
Yeah.
And John Marston, for me, I feel like he was one of the first protagonists to have a personality and also not be like an asshole, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's a good man.
He's got morals.
He's got morals. And I think, especially from Rockstar, that's not seen. It was like either you were silent with barely a personality, like, say, Master Chief or Grand Theft Auto 3, or you were just, like, the worst, right?
Yeah.
Give some love for my boy CJ.
He's in some hot water right now. He's
Oh, the actor, right?
Yeah, he's on Dirt with Rockstar.
Still, right? That's been going on for years.
He hasn't really
And then
explained why.
Yeah, and then Rob Whitehall dropped off the face of the earth after playing John Marston.
Yeah,
Performance of a lifetime, and it was just like, I'm done.
he was in the second.
He
one.
was?
Yeah, he was in the second one.
Well, you see, I knew he was bad. I didn't know that Whitehall came back.
He was so good, he gave arguably one of the best performance of our generation.
Yeah, I say it's up there for the best.
And then he went on hiatus, went back to doing what he was originally
Like a farmer, right, or
Yeah.
something like that.
And he still heralded a great voice actor.
Yeah. The gunplay is awesome. I haven't played 2. I will eventually, even though Taylor and Don said don't want me to.
Even I don't want you to.
You don't want to get wrapped up in it. I'm telling you right now. If you play the second one, I think you know.
I watched my friend Corey
You
play
know.
it. It ain't worth.
It's still a great game though, but
Oh,
like,
yeah, most definitely.
it's gonna suck you in with like, everything that goes on in it.
Speaking of Saturday, number 5, Spider-Man PS4.
Ooh.
Fuck it, here we go.
Hi. Controversial?
5? Damn.
Controversial?
5?
Sentimental value. I needed. What?
I feel like
It
it's
was
right
the
where
game
it
I needed at the time.
is. I feel like it's right where it is. I think that's
I-
the right spot.
I was going to say 4. I was going to at least say
What would you
4.
say, 6 or 7,
Too hot.
or even 10?
10.
Oof.
Damn.
I mean,
Is because it's too? Is it too recent?
not that it's too recent, but I mean, I like it story wise.
I will give you the more like the gameplay does it repetitive.
I mean, the gameplay what sold me on it. Story wise, I didn't too much like care for it. It's still like a heavy
Right.
8, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd give it a 9. But when it first came out, it was just it wrapped up my life. Getting the backpacks, getting the towers, just even those damn pigeons, just doing everything. The story, the performances, fucking Laura Bailey's Mary Jane Watson, Yuri Lowenthal is Spider-Man, just so much. And we were so worried that it wasn't going to be good. To the point when we downloaded it and pre-ordered it, we were like, I hope this game is good.
We hyped it up.
We hyped it up so much that we weren't even excited anymore when it dropped, right? We were just like, oh, now I gotta play it.
I remember like on the last day, like it was counting up like 15. I was like, I don't know about this,
Right?
I just hope. Turns out like yeah.
Platinum that bitch.
Yeah,
We all platinum that.
yeah,
Well, I think
I platinum.
I platinum you.
I'm close.
Chris is close.
I'm real close.
You just didn't play it as often, so that's the only reason.
He was in school.
You'll platinum.
He was in school. He had an excuse.
Yeah, sure, you'll platinum it.
Yeah, hey, man, no, he didn't. I was like 3 days behind, dog. I'm still platinum.
Well, you didn't do anything but you hunted down for a weekend and didn't do anything but play that game.
Yeah, I was.
Which to be fair, I also did. I requested days off at work to play that game.
I
Honestly,
came back from work and put time in.
Each one of you guys finished that bitch at least 3 days or less. I remember watching.
Yeah, because Dante finished it, I finished it, then Taylor finished it.
I finished first. Hold on, I want my credit.
Oh, you did finish it first.
I
You
finished
came in at the
first,
end. It was you, then Dante, then me. That's right. Like right, remember? Yeah, right before.
Yeah.
You came in at the end. You snuck in.
Well, on my take of the game, I just want to say, for a guy who beat the Amazing Spider-Man games,
We tried to tell you not to.
which was very fucking terrible.
First one.
We tried to tell you not to. The
Well,
first one's
the first
excusable.
one was okay.
Excusable.
Yeah.
2 though.
I beat both of them. I just want you to know. I just want you to know.
You got all the costumes for 2, so you completed those games.
Shit, you get damn.
Spider-Man PS4,
Way better.
way better.
You-
That's all I gotta say.
I didn't say. You ready for number 3? Number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4 is an honorable mention attached to it.
No.
Uncharted 4.
yeah.
I like Lost Legacy better.
Oh, Ooh,
Hmm.
good game. I don't know if there's enough there.
I mean, yes, that's true.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I felt like Nadine and Chloe, they had a much better bond to me than
The brothers.
Chase brothers.
So, I struggled whether to put Uncharted 2 or 4. Because I still feel like 2 might be my favorite game of the bunch. And Uncharted has a very special bond to me, because every time I got a new console, I'd play Uncharted with the first game. When I got PS3, Uncharted 2 came with it. I bought a PS4 to play Uncharted 4. And the PS4 is my favorite console of the generation, so I feel that I had to put Uncharted 4 on there. The story, I just really liked it. I love the vibe. I love the direction. It feels like a Spielberg movie in times. Nolan North, performance of a lifetime. So much emotion attached to that with my feelings towards him as a person and a performer. It's also the only game me and my ex ever finished together. So that, that has a lot of thing for it. It's a very important game to me, and I would play it again. I think the gameplay is really good. I think they space it out enough where it's not just a bunch of like the early games where it's like, oh, here's 20 guys coming at you, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel they set it up better.
It wrapped it up nicely too.
I will say though, because this made the list, The Last of Us did.
Of course.
Yeah, but number 3, Mass Effect 2.
Of course.
I disappeared for a whole summer playing the
That
game.
was-
You guys did not see me.
I remember that time.
That one in Persona, like we just did not see Ben anymore.
It was just what can I say about Mass Effect 2. It was it's such a good game that it makes me so sad to what BioWare is now.
Hey man, Anthem was great.
Rough take. The story is one of the best stories I've seen. The way you can actually control it and have an outcome on it. Because, you have a lot of games talk about you control the story. This game is one of the few games I feel that actually lives up to that. You made so many little decisions. It's structured so well around a suicide mission, right? So you're picking up people and preparing for one mission that you're not expected to survive at the very end. And then you do it, and you feel awesome. Just like, it was the first time I ever really cared about characters. That's not true. I cared about characters in like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy, but Mass Effect was the bridge for me, right? Was it Mark Meir and Jennifer Hale? Amazing performance as a Shepard. Garrus Vakarian is one of the best side characters. I don't want to say side character. Supporting party members ever. I could talk about mission by mission and talk about how great every level is for that game. Number 2 is very controversial. Very controversial. Any guesses?
A game that you played?
Yeah, it's only the ones that he's done.
Yeah, I had to physically play it.
I don't know.
Fire Emblem Awakening. A 3DS game not only sneaked onto the list, but made it all the way to number 2. Shout out for Three Houses. I really considered putting this up here. It's my game. It's my game of the year. Fire Emblem Three Houses is my game of 2019. If we did that list, we didn't. But Awakening was what I spent my first paycheck building up to buy. Right? I got a job to get a 3DS because I just wanted to play it because I really knew the characters from Smash and I wanted to get to know them better. And there just wasn't a lot available on YouTube, so I figured, fuck it, I'll just play it. And God, I just lost so much time into it. Now, granted, you still saw me, guys, because it was a portable game, but I spent as much time in that game as I have. I think my top 3 games have to be on this list are the games I put the most hours into it. I didn't measure it, but they had to be. I played Fire Emblem Awakening like 4 different times. Lucina's one of my favorite characters ever. You guys know that. I just love the tactical strategy, turn-based stuff, and I feel like no game does it better. Like, it's better than XCOM. It's better than any other of their rivals. Fire Emblem is one of my favorite series, probably my second favorite series of all time, and Awakening is my favorite game out of the bunch. So that's why it's number 2.
Yeah, that's the one you brought to the sleepover.
I did bring it to the sleepover.
And you just whipped it out while he was playing Smash or something.
You guys, I think you guys were playing Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Well, it could have been both, actually.
It could have been both. I'm gonna run through some honorable mentions real quick. These are games that I either. Now I played all these games. I just didn't put as much time into it as the other ones, so I didn't want to put it on there. God of War, the most recent one. Didn't play 3. Didn't put it on there. Horizon Zero Dawn. I put Bloodborne because I wanted to put. What are you doing, Chris?
No, don't worry about it.
Zero Dawn is the best PS4 game ever.
Didn't make my list.
Still the best PS4 game ever.
Bloodborne, because I feel like I had to put a Souls game on there. And I feel like I like Bloodborne the best. Kingdom Hearts 3, a game I really liked. Didn't stay with me, though, right? Maybe the DLC will change that. Maybe the DLC will change that. Did you ever finish it, Dante?
Yeah.
About to say.
It was.
Jesus, you took it well.
Yeah, because it was just like
Towards the end, you're kind of losing.
turns. I'm like, okay, just. I hope you guys are beating it, because like It
Oh, Chris has it.
fuck, never mind.
Doom, the PS4 Doom. Just love the gameplay. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5, I guess. It's a little overrated, but I like it. Resident Evil 2's remake and The Last of Us.
I'm having fun with Resident Evil.
Yeah, I saw Dante have
I'm
it.
having fun with it.
I definitely want to play Resident Evil 2 on the channel at some point.
No sleeping dogs in there.
It's a little strong for I had fun with it, but it's a little strong for an argument. For the games of the decade,
Yeah, sleeping dogs.
a little bit of sleeper.
Man, that's a good game.
It's a fun game. Fun game.
I like Sleeping Dogs.
It's a fun game. I don't know if I played it on the list.
You know what you can bounce off for that game?
What?
Yakuza.
No, Yakuza is better. Yakuza is
No.
better. Yakuza is better.
No.
You didn't play Yakuza. You don't know.
I have played Yakuza.
0?
Yeah.
When?
What do you mean when?
You never told me you played Yakuza 0.
What,
I
he did?
played like 2 of them. I don't own them, but I played them.
Huh? Yakuza 0 is still better. Number 1.
Here we go.
I wonder, Chris.
I wonder.
What do you think it's gonna be?
I wonder too.
It's gonna be some bullshit. I know.
Yeah, suck my dick. Persona 5. Number 1.
I better suck his dick.
Tell why it's number 1.
I put $200 into it. I got the platinum. It's the best JRPG of its generation. What the fuck do you want me to tell you? One of the best cast of characters ever. I can't wait to put Persona 5 Royal on the next decade list. I just spend videos talking about the game, and I have.
Must say we got a whole
We have 2.
a whole plate.
5,000 views. We won't play people. We still have more videos put up for that. Yeah, I'm number 1 decade. At me. At Yo Pops the Creator.
Since I'm the only other dude who beat this game in this room,
The wrong address.
I can come at
No,
this
sorry.
nigga anytime I want. Fuck that game.
All right, what would your number 1s be of the decade? Let's hear it.
I got a rant. I've been holding on for 10 different games now.
Go for the past 10 games.
It better not be Pokemon.
Hell no.
Pokemon.
Hell no.
It better not be Dragon Ball.
Nintendo's rather underrepresented on my list. But
Yeah.
I just want to say, to start out, and all of your 8 honorable mentions, no Detroit.
I thought about putting it there.
Oh no.
I think it was a little strong.
I mean, I liked it, but like it's not.
if we were doing like the past few years, maybe, but for the decade, it's a little strong. I really liked it though. We don't.
I respect Kingdom Hearts because I haven't played it yet.
Sentimental.
But it looks like a
It almost didn't make the job.
I wouldn't have been mad if it wasn't on the list.
Jedi Fallen Order. I know it's just as new, but
I need to put more time to it. I'm not very far into it.
I'm not putting that one on the list.
I could have bumped Bloodborne for it.
Me and Taylor knows to be like, yeah, don't put that one on the list.
It's a good game, but no.
I'm a little frustrated. I liked it though.
Battlefront,
I'm surprised I didn't put Skyrim or Fallout. But anyway, go on.
Skyrim, Battlefront 1 or 2 was on that list, but I'm here to talk about one game. Just one game
Yes.
that didn't make the list.
Yes. Is it Dragon Ball
Because
Z?
now, none of y'all can come to my house because we played this series the whole time,
No.
all decade long.
No, Chris, we're not putting that one on.
And guess what? 2K11 didn't make it, baby. 2K11, the original, the OG. Take it back, dog. I need a square one for this. I've been wanting to kick somebody's ass this whole time, baby.
As long as you don't knock my iPad over, I'm fine. But if you doing whatever you have to do.
Am I focused enough, Taylor?
No. You might want to go back to the seat.
No type of 2K game,
I
man.
can zoom in.
No Shammy
No,
Wells.
that's
No Justice Young.
You want to put 18 in there?
I said the character, not the game.
I was say Shan Wells was an 18.
No Shammy Wells. No Justice Young. Shameful. Not one 2K game. Yeah, keep sipping. I'd rather suck your dick.
Pause. I'm zooming in. Alright, Ben, close it out.
All right, kids. Thank you for joining us on this very messy episode. This has been my Games of the Decade. If these guys want to do their own because they're so pissed off, they're more than welcome to. We have time.
I wasn't pissed. Chris is the one that's like, Chris is the one who's like, I'm not even gonna say what he said. Y'all know what he said, America.
Yeah. We'll replay it back.
Let me see them wins and losses, Dante.
If any of you made it to the end, tell us what your names of the days were down below. Till then, I've been Ben. That's for Taylor. That's for Dante. Fuck Chris. We are CH3. We love you. We'll see you next time.
Oh, jeez.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
You are just the most.